Wrath isn't just anger. It's anger that's lost its direction. A fire that burns long after the reason for its starting is gone. It starts with something real, something tangible, and then it spreads to something uncontrollable. Wrath doesn't desire justice. It just wants to hurt. And if any character in A Song of Ice and Fire embodies that kind of rage, that hollow, endless, violent fury, it's Lady Stoneheart. Catelyn Stark, reborn, without mercy. Catelyn's whole life was built on love. Love for her family, for her children, for her home. It's what made her strong. But when that love was torn from her at the Red Wedding and throughout A Song of Ice and Fire, after she watched her son be butchered right in front of her eyes, and watched her world collapse in front of her in one bloody, terrible moment, her love was mutated. It curdled and became monstrous. They brutally murdered Robb, sewed a wolf's head onto his body, and chucked the corpse of Catelyn Stark into the river to rot. But she didn't stay dead. After Beric Dondarrion gave her the kiss of life, he didn't resurrect Catelyn Stark. He brought back something else. Something much colder, angrier, and hollow. He brought back the rage that she had. Everything else, everything human, was burned away with the Red Wedding, and all that was left was the sin of wrath wearing her face. Wrath always begins believing that it is doing the right thing. It always starts off as justice. Like Lady Stoneheart, she believes that they deserve this, that they took everything away from her, and now she must take everything away from them. But justice without mercy isn't justice. It's just revenge. Lady Stoneheart doesn't care about guilt or innocence. She doesn't care about good or bad anymore. She hangs Freys, Lannisters, and anyone else that she thinks might have blood on their hands, regardless of the nuance. She's no longer weighing evidence. She's balancing something that only she can see. The Brotherhood without banners used to fight for the people. They used to stand up for what is right and believe in proper justice. But under her, they've become something darker. Men of blood and vengeance. They follow a ghost who believes she's serving justice, but in reality, she's just spreading her own suffering and malice onto anyone that she can get her hands on. And that's the thing about wrath. It feels powerful. Sometimes it even feels right. But every time you give into it, it takes something from you. Catelyn prayed to the Mother for mercy all her life, and now she is the Mother without mercy. The loving, caring, and beautiful Catelyn Stark has been replaced with this cold, violent, and mutated human corpse hybrid, with the only tangible emotion left being rage. And that's the tragedy of Lady Stoneheart. She's not some villain who is born evil. She's what happens when love is twisted and mutated by the loss of something. When something beautiful breaks and never gets the chance to heal. Wrath doesn't hide like many other of the 7 deadly sins. Instead, it burns in the open. It screams, it destroys, and it tears everything around it apart. And the most important and tragic aspect of wrath is it forgets why it started in the first place. Catelyn Stark wanted justice for her family, but the longer she kills, the more time she spends in this current form, the further she gets from them. Wrath is the sin that eats its own heart. And one of the most tragic parts about Catelyn Stark's character and her identity as the sin of wrath is the fact that wrath, more than any other of the 7 deadly sins, is the most human one. A wise Uchiha once said that when a man learns what love is, he runs the risk of learning what hatred is as well. Wrath is the equivalent exchange of love. Catelyn Stark is a character in the main series that loves more and harder than anyone else. From her first chapter, she is torn apart by the love that she feels for so many different people. The love that she has for her husband, for all of her children, for her identity, for her family, and everything in between. And throughout A Song of Ice and Fire, we watch her lose every single thing that she loved, one day at a time. A lot of people only remember the Red Wedding. Not enough people talk about Catelyn's mourning of Ned, but how she has to be strong regardless. How she finds out that her 2 youngest children were burned alive, and yet she continues to push forward to take care of Robb. How she probably figures that Arya is dead, and worries that Sansa is being tortured, and can die at any moment. Catelyn Stark, more than any other character in A Song of Ice and Fire, loses everything. And this is all tragically and masterfully capped off with the Red Wedding, where in her final moments she shatters mentally. There's this terribly tragic line where she talks about the burning sensation in her eyes and the deep red gashes, and that is her physically clawing out her eyes because she can't bear to see what she is experiencing. Her final thought being, "Not my hair, Ned loves my hair." This is a character whose life is brutally and maliciously torn apart from her day by day. So when she is revived as Lady Stoneheart, the character that was Catelyn Stark is gone, and all that remains is this husk, this lifeless body, this cold, undead thing filled with malice and wrath that is one-track minded in trying to accomplish her goal of killing and torturing any single person related to the death of her children. Catelyn Stark, in death, embodies the sin of wrath more than any other character in A Song of Ice and Fire, because in life she embodied the concept of love more than any other. It is an equivalent exchange. It is the sorrow that comes with the loss of losing someone that you loved. It is terribly real, terribly tragic, and just unbelievably heartbreaking. And that is why she is, in my opinion, the single greatest character that George R.R. Martin has written, because he takes her further than most authors would ever even attempt of taking a character. Now, with all that being said, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comment section down below not only what you thought about this video, but what kind of content you want to see from this channel in the future. I'm really looking for some cool long-form video ideas, maybe things that I could work on for a month or two to just really make something big and fun for everyone. So if you have any cool ideas, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.